Breathe in, move, listen. Invite Jesus to this space. Move your body in any way that feels good. Feel the power in each pose, the magic in the movement, and the beauty in the breath. This is your time. I'm in between storms here. There's a clearing. We've had a beautiful storm pass by. It's been irregularly wet this month for our area, but it sure makes the sage smell so beautiful, and the birds are out chirping, so we'll hope that there's no rain that might rain on us at the moment. I've placed my beads just at the top of the mat so they're easy to grab. My block, anything that you need, grab it. And let's get started. First of all, unite with your breath. So let's come into a cat and cow posture just to start bringing breath to our bodies. Stack our hands underneath our shoulders, our hips right underneath our knees. As we gently draw breath in, we'll round and look up towards the heavens above with the inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, pull the navel through the spine. On your inhale, we draw breath in, so just bringing breath into the body, but also moving the body so that we can unite breath and movement to our practice. Good. As we exhale, we draw in, tuck the chin to the chest, really round through the spine. And inhale, look up to the heavens above. One breath, one movement. Throughout our practice, we don't move without breathing, and we don't breathe without moving. Even in mantra meditation, we're moving our lips, speaking out loud. As we start to settle and move the body in any way that it feels good in our bodies, to take this moment for ourselves. Maybe our hands go backwards on the mat. We might stretch out our forearms, sink back into our heels, tuck our toes to feel the fleshy part of the feet open up wide. Feel the stickiness of your mat underneath you, and just connect. Connect with the earth. Turn your fingers inward and open and close the hands. Reminding ourselves to invite family or friends to join us in this practice, but of course, inviting Jesus to this space. Take a deep breath in and sink back into the hips once again. Good. Just listening to breath come into body. We'll tuck the toes and send the hips high to the sky. Walk out the back of the calves. Take a deep breath in and let it all go. Beautiful job. Before we get ready to meditate, we'll take a couple of asanas here to make sure our body is nice and warm. Come to the top of your mat. Take a forward fold here. If you have a block at home, I love to tuck it right underneath my hips to create that belly-thigh connection so that I'm hip hinging at the waist and not the lumbar spine. Head is heavy. Take a few breaths here to take tension off the back of the hamstrings. Deep breath in and let it go. Inhale and exhale. Breathe in. Move. Listen. Inviting Jesus to this space. We'll take the block out if we put it there. Go ahead and heel toe the feet out, toes out and heels in. Come into Malasana or yogic squat. Allow the tail to drop down to the earth. We may choose to use a prop here and prop up if we are a little bit higher in our hips and our hips are a little tight this morning or afternoon or whenever you're watching this video. And if we choose to remove it and we can feel to sink down into our hips, we press our elbows into the thighs. Press and open and lift through your chest. Deep breath in and sink a little bit lower. If you can find stillness here, find stillness. If you need to move, move. Listen to your body. It will be the guide that will move you through your practice. We'll rotate our hands to the bottom of the earth, send our hips high to the sky, heel toe back in, and just take 2 more stretches, stepping the right leg back, knee to the floor, come into a nice low lunge. Sink the hips forward. Inhale, draw those arms to the sky. Good. Exhale, sink and drop the hips just a little bit more as we arch the spine and look up to the heavens above. Breath comes in. And breath goes out. Frame the foot. Good. And take this back as we switch sides. Other foot forward. Drop the knee. Allow the hips to sink once again. Ride your breath like a wave up toward the heaven above. Connect right here with breath. Good. Let it go. Let the tension fall and melt away from the hips through the psoas as we sink a little bit forward. Good. And release. Frame your foot. Come back to your mat. Find a seated position of your choice as we move right into our mantra meditation. Now, mantra is so good for the mind, so good to calm anxiety, depression. It's also good to spark neurons in our brain, to keep those pathways moving, to defend against neurological disease, and to start to fill the spirit. Sometimes circuits get tripped, and anxiety or the noise of the world doesn't allow us to hear properly. So mantra meditation is a beautiful tool to use as we take the mantra or the mind's tendency to be active and use the mantra as a channel. We zone in, we find the focus, we eliminate distractions, and we count. So let's just take a deep breath in here and prepare the breath first. We'll take our right thumb to our right nostril, take a deep breath in here, and then close with the index finger and let breath go out through the right nostril. With your next breath, inhale through the right. Close, hold, release, and exhale left. Beautiful. Inhale left. Close, hold, release right, and exhale down. Now stay with this breath, this continuous breath cycle from right to left. As you feel the breath move through the body, the nervous system begin to calm, because Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breath, is what helps us to calm our mind, but also increases memory and focus. So prepping ourselves for mantra meditation to be focused and to let our brains be ready to receive a new language, a new sound, tonal vibration that actually helps heal from the inside out. That vibrational sound makes a biochemical shift in the body and allows us to bring our organs back into homeostasis. So as you're doing this, invite your children to come. Let them crawl all over you if they are little. My littles did that at young ages. But what you do, they watch you. They want to be with you. So let them find a presence of peace with you on your mat as you meditate together and help them find stillness in this noisy world that we live in. Good. Just one or two more sides here and we'll be ready to move on. When you finish that last cycle, let's just take a deep breath in through the nose and let it all go, maybe out the mouth. Affirm. This will be our mantra today. We've broken it up in bits throughout the week, and we're putting it all together by our end of the week. So this mantra will be a little bit more lengthy than what we've done prior. We started out with a simple mantra of I need Jesus. And then we transformed the next day into when I need Jesus. The next mantra was I breathe, I listen. And we're going to put it all together today now to be able to speak in a mantra when I need Jesus, I breathe, I listen. So you'll pick up your beads here. We'll affirm this out loud. When I need Jesus, I breathe, I listen. And when you hear that voice, you'll rotate the next bead as you speak it. We'll take a deep breath in, and then we'll release it all the way out. Now feel free to do a seated position or a lying supine position, whichever one you choose. It's really important to align the spine and elongate so that we open up our lungs and get that lung capacity, that full breath in and out. Halfway through, I'll prompt you to switch your legs so that we bring balance in if you're in a seated position. You'll want to sit on those 2 push pins in the bottom of your seat to be able to elongate, lift through your heart center, and shine light through the crown of your head. All right, if you're ready, pick up your beads. Your thumb is on the first bead as we get ready to start. And remember, the sound itself is not as important as the intention that you're giving it. So create inspiration in your heart for this particular mantra and let the breath guide you. Let yourself fall into it, letting go of distraction and letting your spirit, your whole body grow in health. If you are studying another language right now, other than Spanish, which I'll use for this video, pause the video and use your mantra that you've learned this week. All right, long spine, close your eyes, deep breath in, let it go. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. Rotate a beat, deep breath. Let it go. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. Deep breath. Let it go, rotate a beat. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. Deep breath. Let it go. Rotate a bead. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. Breath in. Breath out. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. Hear the silence, hear your breath. Let that breath ride like a wave through the body. Rotate. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. 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 Switch your legs for balance. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. 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 Full belly in. Let it go. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro. Escucho. 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 When I need Jesus, I breathe. I listen. Gently and slowly put the bead down to the side. Rotate the spine side to side. Bring movement into your body. Stay with breath. Inhale, arms up high to the sky. Drop down into the left arm. Rotate up and over the right. Open your right shoulder and extend the elbow as far as it will travel. Use blocks or props here to find space between the elbow and the earth to keep our sits bones grounded. As breath comes into the body, I want you to feel this breath traveling on the exhale in between every intercostal muscle and rib, letting go of stress and tension through the side waist. And the next breath travels up and over. We'll reach into the other side. We glance up at the heavens above. Sits bones are grounded. Prop blocks or props wherever you need to meet your body. Extend the elbow up and over and open the shoulder. Deep breath in. Connect. Let it go. Let all of that oxygen heal all the internal organs, the intercostals, the side waist, the ribs. And then bring breath back up to center. Inhale, reach up tall. Exhale. Find our hands on our mat. We'll come back into our tabletop. Tuck our toes. Send our hips high to the sky. Stay with your breath. Exhale, empty it all out. Let movement flow through the body, whatever feels good in your body. Connect to the stickiness of the mat underneath your hands. Imagine a starfish as it clasps to the rock of an ocean. Your hands are that starfish. You feel the water coming in and out underneath the body of the starfish. Good. Gently settle up into the toes. Lift the heels and then sink the heels to the earth. Let's take one deep breath in here. And then reset and let it all go. Look up to the top of your mat. Bend your knees generously. And take 2 steps, walk 4 steps, or a hop. Forward fold. Let the head be heavy. Head comes up nice and slow for 3 and 2, 1. Arms travel high to the sky with the next breath in. As you exhale, pull those hands down through the heart space and connect with earth below. We'll inhale halfway, lengthen, slide those hands up the shins, and exhale, forward fold. On your next breath, step your right foot back to the back edge of your mat. Drop your knee and ground. Breath comes into the body. Good. We don't move without breathing. We exhale and open up our elbows. Look to the heavens above. Inhale with breath. Exhale, frame your foot. And then bring it right to the top of your mat. Heads last to come in 3 and 2, 1. Inhale, reach high to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer, all the way to the earth. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, slide those hands up into monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, draw breath in. Step back with your left foot. Plant your knee. Ride the wave of breath up. Good. Exhale, open the elbows. Inhale, reach to the sky and frame your foot here. Go ahead and step to the top of your mat. Heads last to come for 3 and 2 and 1. Inhale, reach. Gentle back bend if it's there. Grab onto your wrist and let's just roll the spine out. Bend the knees, big circles 2 times here. And then grab the other wrist with our hand. go the opposite direction. Bring stimulation to the spine and the brain. We reach to the top of the sky. Then we forward fold, surrendering breath with an exhale. Inhale, step back into our plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. We'll step that right foot through to the top of the mat. Drop the knee once again. Inhale with breath. And exhale, frame. Sink back into the hips this time. Give a nice stretch through the front of the leg. Grab a block or a prop to help us find space here. Making sure we're lengthening up through the spine. Our hips are over our knees and we're flexing our foot in front. As we exhale, elbows bend out. Belly-thigh connection, making sure that we're keeping the leading with our heart and light through the crown of our head. Good. We'll come back into our lunge. Take it back to plank, downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, drop the knee. Ride your breath. Excellent job. Frame your foot. Anjali. Back into our half split. Good. Sink into those. Make sure our hips are right over top of our knee. Flex our foot in front. Lead with light through the crown of the head and love through the heart. Extend the spine. And just tap into that mantra as we move through breath here. When I need Jesus, I breathe, I listen. Maybe you hear the seed sound that you've created as you breathe and you let go. Good. Come on back to center. Let's take it back to our plank pose. Step the right foot forward. Turn to the front of your mat. Toes out, heels in. Go ahead and lift high to the sky. Reach for the heavens above. And exhale, scoop the fields of the earth, bringing movement to that spine. Connecting heaven and earth just a little bit closer as we breathe. Remember, we breathe in, we move, and we listen. Inviting Jesus to this space, inviting the ability to hear what is not said, and seeing beyond our natural eyes as we connect with breath, prana moving in and prana moving out of the body. Beautiful job. Hands come down to the floor. Gently drop into the hip as we move into Skandasana, side to side. Now, if our hips are tight this morning, we may choose to use a block, sitting up tall and opening through the chest, pointing those toes up to heaven. And maybe we're just going to use our hands today on the mat and shift side to side. Whatever feels good in your body. We'll work on getting that foot flat, but remember, this is our journey. Nobody else's journey but ours. And it's being here in the present moment, listening to your body every step of the way, enjoying the journey and not just focused on the destination. Living right now in the present, a place of peace. When we live in the past, we tend to focus on almost living a depressed life. And of course, if we live in the future, we'll live a life of anxiousness. So let's be here right now, in the present with peace. Come back to the top of your mat in your lunge. Go ahead and step back to the back of your mat, downward dog. Beautiful job. Drop the knees, sink back into child's pose. Melt. Listen. Beautiful. Come on up and let's go ahead and have a seat on our mat. Take it all the way down to the earth. Bring the knees into the chest and just rotate out the spine. Whether you're doing this practice in the morning or evening or afternoon, do what feels good on your body. Listen to your breath. That's what this space is about, this daily miracle mantra to bring in breath, movement, affirmation, mantra meditation for health and wellness. And of course, being able to learn a new language. Maybe you rotate out the hips here if that feels good. Or come into a happy baby's posture, grabbing the outside of the calves or the ankles or the feet, 2 yogi toe holds and a thumb. Just take a breath here, move into it. Whether we're moving or we're finding stillness, it's up to you. You are the watcher of your thoughts, and your breath is the fuel that moves your body, your vehicle, through this journey. So let the breath guide you. Let it lead you to what your body feels that it needs. Our bodies are connected with our minds and our spirits. They're all one complete whole. And so whenever illness creeps into our lives, remember it tells a story. So the story that's happening inside of you from experience or things that have happened to you, things you may be going through, work through it on your mat with your breath. Connect to your heavenly home through your breath, this lifeline, that you can let go of things that you cannot control, that you can learn to become comfortable in sometimes an uncomfortable situation. You can learn to hand things over when it is not yours to carry. You can learn to turn towards Christ, remembering that affirmation that when I need Jesus, I breathe, I listen. Try to remember the seed sound you've created. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. Good job on opening up those hips. Our hips are the tightest part in our bodies with emotional storage house. Let's extend the legs high to the sky. Drop the feet down towards the earth. Take a nice pencil stretch here. Stretch out from fingertip to toe tip. Get long on your mat. Inhale, deep breath in. And exhale, push water down through the air and all the way down through the earth until you arrive in Shavasana. Palms turn up for receiving, or palms turn down for grounding. Let the feet flop open. Let your body feel heavy on the mat. Let the facial muscles relax. Even the scalp is soft, and the eyes and the sockets behind the eyes. Stay with this breath. Stay with this relaxed feeling sensation of feeling your belly rise and fall with the breath. Feeling this heart beating in your chest. Recognizing this beautiful life and this beautiful body that you have, this one body you have. And thanking yourself for the time you've given it right here, right now, to live a healthy and well-led life. Feel free to pause the video if you need to tarry longer in Shavasana, checking in with breath, remembering the seed sound you've created and the intention that you've set on your mat. When I need Jesus, I breathe, I listen. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. With that next breath, if you need to move on with your day, reach out over fingertip to toe tip, then roll onto one side of your body, almost as if you were in a child's or cradling the baby here. This pose is a restorative transformational pose. It helps us as we came out of Shavasana, which is death of the ego, coming into almost like a rebirth, but I love to even think a step further, becoming like a child, submissive, meek, humble, full of love and full of light. What we've learned on our mats in this short amount of time, let's take with us in and off of our mats in the everyday world. We'll gently push up to a seated position that feels good on your body. Roll out anything tensious or tight. And then return right back to center, grounding ourselves, sitting up tall, this stackable ladder inside our bodies, starting from the ground all the way up to the crown. We'll loop our shoulders down away from our ears. Our neck is long and our glottis is open to let breath come in. Feel the vibrational sound of your breath and your voice as you've tapped into those mantra meditations. With your next breath, open your heart, reach for the sky. Take the biggest breath you've taken all practice. And then exhale, draw down everything that is good, all that is light, all that is love, and hold it in the space of your heart. Right here. Feel the warmth between your two hands and your heart in your chest. The breath as it comes in and out, as the belly rises and falls. And as we close off our practice, being grateful that we could breathe and listen together in this space. When I need Jesus, I breathe, I listen. Cuando necesito a Jesús, respiro, escucho. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Have a beautiful and blessed day. And if you like this practice and you felt it was doing something good for your health, your wellness, your brain, then join in for our daily miracle mantra each and every day as you learn a new language. You connect with other people in the earth and the world around us. We learn to feel love for all of our neighbors and friends of the world. But also we take care of ourselves. We learn to love from the inside out, starting with ourselves and connecting with Christ. Have a beautiful and blessed day.